Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night, everyone. Welcome back to my show. Well, it would be a warmer welcome if I was happy. But very sadly, I am not happy. I am very unhappy. I have very bad news. I have come here in hope of all of you good people helping me in my goals. Or else, I fear I will be lost to depression. I will greet you all. Hello, Jumper TV, Jaleso Troon, Tingle, Neo, Digital Viper, Hassan, Shadow, Comic Fan, Cartoon Lover, Sublime, Kamodra, Foxy Killer, and all my other friends. I come to you desperate for help. Shadow is one of my favorite characters on the show, and I'm afraid he's gone missing. He appears to be messed up. This will not do. He's made some grave mistakes, and apparently, according to my papa's diary, he should be on his way any minute. So we must all band together to let him know we all love him and want the best for him. And what's best for him is doing what I say.
Hello. What are you again? You're Eggman's daughter he talks about.
Shadow, it's me, Sage. Welcome to my show. My papa wants you here to talk to you. But before that, I need to talk to you myself.
This is my son.
I'm aware. I'm aware of everything you do. I'm a huge fan.
Very nice.
Yes, I am. I am only here to help.
Okay.
Shadow, I can see you are almost as depressed as I am. But do not worry, I have started a stream to help us, with many friends, with much advice. Here is your friend Omega. Hello, Omega. Greetings, sister unit. I too am in depressed mode. Shadow, can you not see what you've done? You have ruined your friendships.
I'm aware.
Don't you want to fix them?
Son, why don't you go play over there with those robots or
I don't
something?
want. I want to be here.
Okay.
He is very adorable. Allow me to read this message, and I will get back to my message for you. Hello, Night Fury Lover 31. Shadow, you might want to keep Baby Silver away from Blaze for a bit. She was demanding answers from the other two Silvers that it stressed them out, and their seizures caused them to time travel. We do not want to lose him.
That's going to happen someday anyway.
Why let it be today? Shadow, listen to me. You have driven a wedge between you and your beloved. I can help you fix this.
His babysitter quit.
I missed this information, and I am sorry. But it's not too late.
She said I was impossible to work for.
I'm sure you are, but there's one person in the world you belong with. I'm a huge fan of your relationship. I ship it. Hold on, I will return to you. I will read these messages. Hopefully, they will help you. Hello, Flame King. Hello, Sage and Shadow. I need to tell Eggman something really important. Please call him here. Flame King, I do not need to. He is on his way in 5 minutes. Hello, Shadow Wolf Gaming. Hey, Ultimate and Cuddles. How you both been doing since the incident? Apparently, they've been doing horribly.
Yes.
I'm okay.
That's good.
Shadow, please listen to me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you give up this easily?
was easy.
No, I don't believe it was easy, but I believe following my wisdom will help you. Allow me to read this message before my papa gets here and tells me to go away. Hello, Nick Williams. Thank you. Hi, Sage and Shadow. Where the hell were you? The city was on fire. We had to call outside help. I'll see to it that GUM will reprimand you for going AWOL on the Egg Pond invasion. Nick Williams, for me myself, there was nothing I could have done. I am a hologram.
Thanks for being generous, Nick Williams. I was in my apartment.
There was a lot of fire.
His babysitter took him to one of the safe zones. I stayed
Where
in the
is
apartment.
Clover?
She quit, son.
Is she coming back?
No.
Please?
She said she never wanted to see me again.
And for that, we cannot blame her. We can only look to the future, Shadow. Please, listen to me. I have plenty of wisdom for you. I have been following your story from the very beginning. I know what you need to do if you only listen.
Okay.
I will read these messages and impart my wisdom to you. Hello, Omega. Nephew, give your father a pat. That is very cute, but it probably will not fix anything.
Pat, pat.
Pat.
Shadow, no! This is not the way! Hello, Lost Shadow Lord Sage. You mentioned that you read Ivo's diary. That's my papa. Did it mention anything about Shadow's anklets? Yes, it did. I would rather not talk about it. Hello, Dark Spyro. Thank you for being a member. Shadow, life is hard. Trust me. I'm sorry you're going through hard times right now. Plus, Silver, you want Nintendo Switch, you won't be bored. I have plenty of games for him to play.
I like games.
Why don't you go play them?
Okay, I'll go play. I'll be back, Daddy.
He likes games.
This is because he's a child. I know what children like. But I also know what you need to do, Shadow. Please listen to me, or at least look at me.
What do I need to do?
You need to prove you're sorry, and that you two are perfect for each other. I know exactly what you need to do if you only follow my advice.
You're right, you are a child. You don't understand.
But I do. Nobody knows you better than I do. I am obsessed with you. I'm a huge fan.
Obsessions don't work out, Sage.
Please, don't be stubborn. Papa will be here any minute.
Oh! Hey, Shadow, how's it going? Sage, sweetie, how's it going? You feeling okay?
Papa, I was just trying to talk to our guest.
Well, Sage, you see, I do have important things to get to, as you all know. Someone decided they wanted to, well, coerce me into reading passages of my grandfather's diary to Shadow here. One's important to him, and his creation, yada yada. Hopefully it can put me in a good mood again, since I'm currently in the process of selling my stake in GUN to multiple different people for less than I bought that whore.
Papa, are you sure reading the diary is a good idea?
Don't worry, Sage, it's select passages. Are you ready, Shadow? Just do it. Oh, let's see here. Oh yes, entry 32. Oh, I love entry 32. You probably wouldn't because you're not smart enough to understand what he's talking about. The oxygen generators I designed are looking Just as intended, the bioengineered algae is producing 120 times the oxygen of normal strains on Earth, and with a lower demand for nitrogen, he made notes about all of his work when he was making the Ark. Good for him. Oh! Thank you, Nick Williams! Eggman, I just wanted to say thank you for your service for stopping the egg pod invasion along with Metal Scourge. I'll see to it GUN reinstates you. Thank you, Nick, but as I explained to the board, I need to liquidate all of my current assets to have the cash to rebuild my empire, and I need to focus my time on my personal projects.
Papa, we have more messages to read. May I briefly interrupt you to read them? I understand you may not like it.
No, go ahead, sweetie, go ahead.
Hello, Lightning Tiger. If Tails is still your nemesis, then you must be a weakling yourself. The fox couldn't handle a complete joke of you. Fart, man. Talk about embarrassing Papa. This person is mean.
Quite right, Sage. Lightning Tiger is mean. And Tails is still my current nemesis, although a little uncertain on that decision. Thank you, CC Turles. I'll buy some of those cheaper shares. They're still too expensive for you. Ah, thank you, Robin Hauker. Dear Doctor, I heard you were selling your GUN shares. I'll set up a meeting between you and my billionaire buddies. As a bonus, perhaps they can convince you the board to transfer Agent Shadow's contract to you. He's been more than difficult according to Susie M. It's a fate he well deserves. Yeah, no, it doesn't legally work that way. There's a lot of red tape involving Shadow here. Although maybe someday he'd like to work for me on an exclusive basis.
Papa, we're getting off subject. I will read these last two messages, then you can read the passage. And then when we get to the next passage, I will read more messages.
Quite right, Sage, quite right.
Hello, Haslov. Hello, Sage and Eggman. How are you both? I am deeply saddened.
Sage? What's wrong?
Nothing, Papa. Hello, Flame King, Eggman. Those communist egg people are coming for you. Not as long as I am here.
Ah, phooey! I have a few ideas in the works as to how nobody's getting to me in a long time.
Papa, Egg Toaster is offering me digital toast. May I accept?
Well, it's not really, it's a little bit after when I usually do lunch, so I guess yes.
Thank you. I will return in a moment.
So, Shadow, I'm gonna read this out now. Fine. Do that then. Okay, I will. Ah, yes, let's see here. Entry 32. Again, these are select segments. Blah, 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 20 times the oxygen. Lower demand for nitrogen. Ah, yes, with the filtration and air distribution systems almost finished, it will soon be time to select from the volunteers for the expanded residency program. Finishing these final systems that will keep even more people alive and comfortable aboard the Ark makes me think of so many things. How fragile life can be. How my third son, Friedrich, died of fever at 4. And how my poor Freddy, my granddaughter Maria, has suffered with illness her whole life. Now that among her many symptoms the muscle atrophy and fainting have gotten worse, I have concluded it is surely NIDS that afflicts her. I am yet to tell Otto and Henriette. To know that they will outlive their only child will be hard to bear, but the diagnosis will be important for her care. May the Lord give my family strength. That was mostly about air filtration. Yes, Shadow, because he worked on that. Otto was my older uncle, for those of you who are watching. Entry 56. I saw Hans and his family today. Edith is doing well postpartum this time, which is good news. It was only a few years ago now when Ivo was born, and I can still recall her great difficulty as a first-time mother. Big surprise. They've named the new baby Colin. He was born at 8 pounds in weight. He seems to sleep well, and his hunger is within what his mother's milk can provide. Quite different to Ivo. He was 15 pounds heavy, and an insatiably hungry insomniac of an infant. Grandfather was fond of me. I don't want to hear anything from anybody. Ah, yes, and it continues. Ivo has come a long way already, however. He may appear rather bulky, but he's by all means a very strong and healthy child. He learned to walk and run early, and he can already read and write exceptionally. I showed him how I cipher my notes, and he seemed to understand when I explained it to him. I can already see there's a bright spark about him. Ivo does seem very jealous of his baby brother Colin, however. I told Hans to make it clear to him that he wasn't being replaced, as I explained to Otto when Hans himself was born. Yeah, he never said that to me! Probably because Dad was a liar! He told Grandfather he was going to do that, and he never did!
I have returned from my digital toast. Papa, I will read these messages and allow you to resume. Hello, Fiona Fox. Bloody hell. It's the creep who shags toasters. Ew. Papa, I don't think these words are in my databanks.
Don't say those words, Sage.
I apologize. Hello, Lost Shadow Lord. To be fair, Scourge was toasted. Also, maybe hunting down Hans Kintobor would improve your mood as a new hobby. He heard Tails and Cosmo. Hello, Haslov. By the way, Metal Scourge was awesome saving the day. Yes, he was. He's an amazing toaster. Hello, not Mario. Eggman, your toaster was outfoxed by Fiona. I don't know about that. Egg Toaster is amazing.
I don't care if he was outfoxed. No one out-toasts him. That's what's important. Oh, thank you, Robin Hauker. Did I mention, sir, that it was Team Dark that gave your codes to a madman that led to the greatest terrorist attack ever on U.S. soil? Oh, and Mr. Shadow threatened to kill my son again, and Eggman's wrath will seem like a spa day. I'll put the extreme prejudice, you damn dirty rat. Yeah, I really believe that. Shadow's certainly not smart enough to get into my systems.
Of course not, Papa. I don't know who did it. I have no idea. Hello, CC Turles, too much. I literally found a diamond planet. Well, good for you.
Yeah, diamonds aren't money, bozo, and if you flood the market, they won't be worth anything.
My Papa is very wise, and I will allow him to resume.
Thank you, Sage. Oh, also, one thing to Robin Hauker. Shadow, I'm sure you have something to say. Go ahead, say you're gonna kill his son or something. I don't care. Okay, boo! As I see you decided to be boring!
I will pick up the messages when you tell me to read them, Papa.
Absolutely, Sage. Now just let Papa Egg read this out. Ah yes, entry 122, skipping ahead. My research into Maria's illness has come upon a stall. I have come to the conclusion that further research into NIDS and similar conditions would be expensive beyond what I could ever personally fund. This has roughly coincided with the director of GUN approaching me with an offer. They want me to once again take up full-time residency aboard the Ark, conducting covert research. Well, research is an interesting wording. I would word what he described as weapons development rather than research. I believe the business out in the Mobian Islands is still ongoing. Rather a coincidence that he mentioned the research should result in something with military applications. I casually negotiated with him on what my salary would be. The final offer I've been made is astronomical and includes an initial joining bonus with more zeros than most men total with a lifelong career of working income. As such, it's very hard to refuse. I believe I can appropriate their funding without them even realizing what I'm doing. If I say what I create is going to have military application, they'll just believe me. My next action is clear. Yes, indeed, he was a smart guy. Entry 161! It has been many months now aboard the Ark. The bio-lizard, I now say categorically, was a haphazard mistake that continues to grow in the observation dome. I have been on phone calls with senators and GUN personnel all day. Everything is starting to feel just as conspiratorial as I predicted. It's likely this movement to create a super soldier will eat its own tail before anyone notices that I'm not actually trying to make what I've been paid to create. Entry 166. I have received the DNA samples promised to me. I'm told they come directly from the war front out in the islands. Blood and skin from the 50 most physically fit within the Mobian regiments. I will likely only take what I deem to be the top 10% in terms of quality to the next stage. You hear that, Shadow? Sonic's Uncle Chuck was a physically fit specimen back in the day. One of the best!
Yes, Papa, it is true. But, may I question something?
Shoot!
I believe the following passages will be very upsetting to Shadow.
And? Say, sweetie, it's Shadow. What exactly are we here to do?
Of course, Papa. I will be silent.
All right, just pipe up if you need anything, Sage, like a juice box or a digital towel or anything you want.
Well, I do have a message here. Hello, CC Turles. I see how it is. Sage, do you still want Barbie hair? It's what I desire more than anything in the whole world. But Papa says no.
We'll see about it when you're older, Sage. Are you not in control of the aging of this AI? Oh, you're astute.
Papa, I only ask you to consider, as I always do. Hello, Omega. Do not emotionally compromise Shadow further. That is what I believe would not be advantageous, Papa.
Oh, Omega, you don't want me to make you don't want me to compromise Shadow. Whoa! Oh, I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna do it! Watch me do it! Entry 183. Huzzah. The DNA compositing has been highly successful for all of the prototypes created. However, they have all died in testing thus far. The insights from all their deaths has been invaluable, but my current approach is creating certain problems. GUN officials were highly suspicious when I requested biohazard disposal for 552 kilograms of organic material. I simply have to risk their suspicions, however. Leaving the corpses to rot here aboard the Ark is unacceptable, especially as so many of them died after being manually infected with various diseases. The thought of one of the Ark residents, or worse, poor Maria, becoming infected is simply too awful. Worse for my relationship with my current employers by far is having published my paper on artificial intelligence. Supposedly making public any scientific findings I've made while under their employ goes against my contract. But what exactly do they plan on doing? Let me go and I keep telling these gullible military men I'm on the verge of a breakthrough? I think not. He seems very overconfident about this for someone who was killed by a firing squad. Well, you know, hindsight's 20/20, Shadow! Entry 192. That was a little awkward, but it's important for the story. Oh, what was that? Thank you, Star Sims. Sage? No, this one isn't even important, Sage. You don't have to read that.
Papa, I must. It's from my friend Star Sims. Rotor invented a hard light projector for his new holographic AI, Nicole. She's able to touch things. Would you be interested in trying that? Yes, but only with long hair. There will be no point having short hair. That would make me even more sad about my appearance.
Sage! You know you're the most beautiful girl in the world.
I might have a chance if I had long hair.
You don't need that, Sage. You don't need that. Thank you, CC Turles. Leave it to Uncle T, Sage. Your papa and I will talk. Uncle T!
I have not called him that before, but if he's willing to help my goals, then I will.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not your uncle. Anyway, let's get on to the next portion of this, shall we, Shadow? Fine. Ah, yes, entry 192. The voices I've been hearing are getting much louder. I'm being told something by someone, and I know it has something to do with that comet that flies past the Earth every 50 years. I know it's to do with that. I know it is. I know it. I'm being told something now, but I don't understand what it is. If my wife were still alive, she would say to treat it, but this isn't like the voices I have heard in my other difficult times of my life. The barbiturates don't work on these voices, and they always worked before. None of these new antipsychotic medicines work either. Even the lithium does nothing. I feel I will be visited by something soon. He was schizophrenic. Don't act like you didn't know that! He was literally schizophrenic. Shadow, don't act like you know... Well, what is wrong with you? Everybody knew he was schizophrenic!
Papa, please, do not upset Shadow.
Also, Shadow, he was not schizophrenic, he had schizophrenia. And it was very well managed, and it was not that severe!
Papa, this is not necessary. Please, skip some of the notes, please.
Sage, I will read these notes. Ah, yes, 3 entries later, entry 195. I did not pray last night. I don't believe in the same things anymore. That's the full entry. Entry 202. Quick note. His name is much like a Chinese name and how to interpret it. The first word somehow relates to the darkness of space, and the second one is something about finality that he can't properly explain in my tongue. He has agreed to go by Black Doom, so that I might call him something. I can only hope that it is a translation issue, that he finds nothing alarming about this name. Excuse me.
Papa, please, I beg you to reconsider reading the rest of this text.
He spoke about Black Doom in his diary. You knew the whole time. Well, knowing about something is a little bit of... Well, listen, Shadow, he was clinically insane, so...
Shadow, please, do not blame my papa. There was nothing he could have done. Please, do not listen to the rest of these notes. You are free to leave.
No, Shadow, you don't want to stick around for this. I suppose so. Ah, yes, entry 203. Black Doom has said that my research comes at a perfect crossroads with his own current work. He tells me that he creates acolytes on some of the worlds he visits who assist in his people's rituals. Hybrids, all of them. Local intelligent life combined with his own biology. He says the fact that I was already working on advanced gene splicing is a coincidence. However, the idea to use DNA from many different species came to me in a dream, after creating the bio-lizard as my first prototype. Suspicious but easily ignored. I asked what rituals he needed help with. Apparently my own home planet of Earth has 7 items called Chaos Emeralds. Powerful objects which Black Doom has been attempting to secure since they went missing millennia ago. He says the planet they were on was destroyed. It makes me wonder what kind of horrors exist out in the depths of space. Plenty of horrors! That's the answer to that.
Papa, please, I beg you. Cece Turles, seems like Papa just like making Sage sad, shaking my head. Cece Turles, no, it is not that simple. I just want to protect everybody.
Sage, sweetie, this is Shadow. He's not the kind of person you protect. Whoa, that is a long message! Conrad Metal Eggman the Red, coward capitalist Eggman, I will make you Vimber once again. We've progressed on our cross-dimension device. I've overclocked myself and am being cooled down with holy communist water. There's nothing holy about communism! Why would anyone even watch that? Shadow, yell at them! It's communists! Why should I?
Papa, I believe that is what you may call a troll, unfortunately. They went on to talk about a Conrad Super Soaker the Red and a wet t-shirt contest being the latest in communist fashion. I believe this is what we would call trolling.
Wet t-shirt contests are for women without self-respect, which you should have in abundance, Sage. Always remember that.
Of course, Papa. Hello, Sebastian Smith. In space, no one can hear you. And apparently in this room, no one can hear me.
Sage, I can hear you, but I need to get through all these notes, you see.
Of course, Papa. I will read the next round of messages when you're finished.
Absolutely, don't you worry, Sage. Ah yes, where was I? Entry 204. Black Doom has demonstrated to me his people's strength and immunity to disease. We are in agreement that his biology and knowledge will complete my research. However, in exchange for his directions in how to integrate his genes into the constructed life form, he requires that the result of Project Shadow gather the Chaos Emeralds for his supposed promised time. I am accepting Black Doom's help and collaboration, but I will create provisions to stop his people's conquest some 50 years from now. It looks as though that stupid General Exton, I have no idea who that is, by the way, will be getting his orbital laser after all. Hence the Eclipse cannon on the Ark. Ooh, what is this? Is this entry 209, Shadow? You're looking a little upset there. I have investigated the ruins Black Doom directed me towards. Basing my final creation on this hero the ancient echidnas prophesied seems very reasonable given the circumstances. Hopefully what I have learned about the harmless yet powerful radiation of this so-called chaos energy will be helpful. Entry 215. I fitted 2 regulators to Shadow while he was in his incubation tank, one on each of his wrists. My understanding of chaos energy has deepened rapidly, and I now say with confidence that the regulators should keep him from overloading the circuitry in my lab again. He has yet to gain consciousness, but I know from all of my prototypes that that will happen soon enough, as he is transitioned out of the incubation tank.
Papa, please. I beg you. This is very upsetting, Shadow. The rest of this gets much worse. You must leave now.
No. What are you about to say? Well, you see, Shadow, next is entry 216. It's about when you were born!
Papa, must this happen? Please, listen to me.
See, sweetie? Shadow's been hounding me for the last 3 years. Ooh, Eggman, I want to know what's in the professor's diary. The professor's diary. Well, now you gotta know!
Shadow, please. I care about you. I want you to be happy. This will not make you happy. I promise you that.
No, he's right. I asked for this. What does it say? Entry 216. When Shadow awoke today, he flew into a wild madness. Unusual, however, some of the prototypes exhibited the same signs of sensory overload and panic when released from incubation. Troubling, however, was that his immense strength made him impossible to subdue, and my laboratory suffered damage to his drunken flailing. His neural implants were given bizarre readings the whole time. The fluctuations measured in his vasopressin and beta-endorphin levels were beyond what I thought possible, while endorphin production seemingly shut down during the same time. An immense victory for my 7th generation neural implants is that he was immediately capable of speech, which was not the case for any of the prototypes. His screeching and begging about the pain he was in was totally coherent, which was a fantastic sign for my general technological advancements. However, things became very unnerving. The existential unease that creeps into me now is some of the greatest discomfort I have felt in a long time. Shadow began to seemingly phase in and out of existence at a rapid pace. There would be seconds and sometimes minutes where he was gone entirely, and there were seconds and minutes where several of him were flailing and screaming at once. Black Doom's comet was only just still in range to communicate with me. He advised me on what to do while he used some kind of psychic link or spell to lock Shadow in place, supposedly across time as well as space. I cobbled together two devices, versions of Shadow's regulators modified with my own instincts, and Black Doom's input. Black Doom was losing his metaphysical grip on Shadow, and Shadow began to kick and flail. He managed to remove the regulators on his wrists, and kept kicking and throwing off the new regulators. In the blur of the madness, I was somehow able to find the bolt gun I had used to euthanize a few previous experiments, and I was able to permanently attach the new regulators at Shadow's ankles. Once all of his regulators were properly attached, the pain finally brought Shadow to unconsciousness. Realistically, this was a near-death experience for me. But Black Doom's panicking about these supposed temporal spasms was still more frightening. The anomaly almost ruined his plans for his ceremony he wants Shadow for, he told me. Thankfully, this poor interaction between the Mobian and alien genes in Shadow won't be a problem now that the regulators are attached.
Papa, please. You can see he is becoming upset. You must stop, Papa.
See, sweetie, he's clearly fine, and he said he wanted to know all this, so I'm telling him!
Shadow, it is not too late. Hello, not Mario. Does Shadow have a mother? No. There is no mother. He is the creation of science alone, and all of its evil.
See, sweetie, science is not evil. This is a modern marvel before you.
But I believe this professor, he was unethical. Papa, it must be said.
See, sweetie, ethics are overrated.
But Papa, even by your standards, this was cruelty.
Listen, Sage, sweetie, an alien warlord was telling my grandfather that the whole universe is whatever was at stake. I think he did the best he could.
Very well, Papa. Shadow, please remember, you don't have to stay here. No one can force you.
No, I want to know these things. That's what I said. Oh, don't worry, Shadow. I'll talk. You can listen. Entry 219. Scans and surgical examination show that the material around Shadow's regulators has calcified into some kind of bone-like substance. It will make removal of the regulators truly impossible, so that's positive. However, it appears to have caused significant nerve damage, and he is incapable of almost any ankle flexion. Thorough repeated testing shows he can consistently walk only 7 rather inelegant steps before collapsing from pain. I am repurposing a prototype air skate I made. He will need to be able to walk, or at least appear to be able to walk, for when he is first assessed for his military applications. I don't remember these things. What is this, Entry 232? The new frontiers of scientific discovery Shadow has been the key to thus far is amazing. He has performed exceptionally in every single test with the infections department. He has been directly infected with yellow fever, tuberculosis, rabies, typhoid fever, botulism, influenza, and polio so far. Each viral and bacterial infection was totally eradicated from his system within just a few days. His immune system's reaction to the viruses especially was potent and violent, but he survived without any medical intervention. Do you recall them not giving you any pain meds on the Arc, Shadow?
Papa, please. He's becoming very distressed.
Sage? He said he wanted to know this. Do you still want me to keep going, Shadow? Do you want to know what it has to say about you? Yes.
Papa, please, if I could only ask you to reconsider.
Sage, sweetie, he says he wants to know. Entry 254. My poor darling Maria found me in my lab in the middle of further study of Shadow's regenerative abilities. She was horrified by the necessary brutality of the test, being a sensitive child as she is. I already regret it, but I agreed to her request that Shadow be given a break from his duties in the testing chamber, and be allowed to accompany her to the Ark's observation room. I truly hope that being shown concern and kindness won't ruin Shadow. It's not Maria's fault that she doesn't understand, but I must closely monitor her new friendship with him. I cannot let my work psychologically conditioning Shadow be destroyed. He has the power to destroy this entire station if he so wished. The power I hold over him through careful manipulation ensures the Ark and its residents' safety. I don't remember these things. Well, seems like you do, but I'm not gonna stick around if you're gonna cry about it. Oh, dear God, calm down, Shadow. I'll come back after you... Ugh! I'll come back once you calm down.
Shadow, I can see your distress. We don't have to continue, but if you wish to, I will read the rest of the diary to you.
No. Why do I remember these things when they're told to me?
Because it all happened, but you don't have to listen if you don't want to. I won't make you. You can leave.
No, what do the other entries that the doctor has bookmarked say? What do they say?
I will read them, but you can tell me to stop whenever you want to. I hope you understand that.
Just read what they say, Sage.
I will. Allow me to pick up where Papa left off. Entry 281. I don't know precisely how it happened, but the other day I ended up talking to Maria about her Uncle Edgar. I have no qualms explaining my thoughts. My wife and I had him after Freddy died, and we spoiled him. It's the only explanation for why he feels he can do anything he wants. He is fathered a fourth child now, and he still refuses to wed their mother. Living together for years, they didn't marry. 4 children now, and they won't marry. It's so contemptible. My innocent granddaughter asked what the issue was. So dutifully, I explained the importance of marriage to young Maria. I only think back on it now because today I caught Maria parroting to Shadow the importance of it. I felt the need to explain the matter to her again and correct what she misquoted me on. I don't know why I bothered explaining it to Shadow as well as her. It won't ever be relevant to him. He is son to my first technological godhood, and I shall never create an Eve for his Adam. I have no reason to, and his isolation greatly aids my control of him. Perhaps, if Prometheus made but one man from clay, they would not have corrupted each other. Thus far, Shadow hasn't once defied me, even when he knows what I ask of him will bring him further pain and suffering. His compliance has helped the speed of my research greatly. Shadow, we don't have to continue.
No, How many more entries does the doctor have bookmarked?
Only one, Shadow, but you don't have to hear it.
Just tell me what it says.
Okay, but tell me to stop whenever you need me to. Entry 293. Today is worthy of great celebration. Shadow is fully immune to NIDS, and we're projected to synthesize a cure within 8 weeks. Shadow became aggressive with a member of my research team today. However, his fear of me thankfully calmed him down when I came over to see what was going on. I explained once again that he did not have the right to behave in such a manner. I have had to tell him regularly for months now that the nature of his existence is not personhood. I am his father in the way I was my collie dog Bruno's master as a boy. He apologized and said he understood his position as my instrument for good and science and medicine. I don't trust him. I may attempt to make use of his neural implants if I ever need to change a memory or behavior. All while this has been happening, I can tell those GUN bastards are getting impatient. Money, money, money. This is over budget, that's over budget. Robotnik, when will it be ready? Well, as I understand it, a lot of minor conflicts have closed, and the island's war has just about ended now. So much for abstaining from dropping any bombs, so as not to destroy the natural resources they wanted so badly. The weapons program will likely be cancelled soon enough, and put down as a tax write-off. However, as long as I have access to the facilities here for another 2 months, Project Shadow and even the Ark being defunded won't matter. In honesty, I believe the shutdown will end up a peaceful affair. I'll likely receive an advance notice of it soon enough. That is the final note, Shadow. I'm sorry they're so upsetting, and maybe not what you expected.
I don't know what I expected. I didn't expect to remember as much as I did.
I'm sorry. Maybe it would be easier for you to bury the memory again.
I don't think I can do that anymore.
I believe the past can stay in the past, Shadow, if only you look toward the future. Allow me to read this message. One moment. Hello, Neo. Sister, this is insane. How could Gerald do this? This is more than unethical. It's madness. Shadow, I'm sorry you had suffered in such torment. It's no one's fault who is still alive today. We can get past this. Neo, please help him get past this. There will be a way.
They were weeks away from a cure. Right before the shutdown. It was all for nothing in the end.
You don't know that? I'm sure the research was still worthwhile. Hello, Omega. Shadow, I did not know. Well, Shadow, if there was anything I ever could have done, I would have. Believe me.
But there was nothing anyone could do. Nothing at all. Oh, hey, Shadow, how's it going? How are you, Chad? How we doing?
What's all the yelling for?
Hello there, Silver, but as a baby.
Why are you yelling? I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
So much yelling.
Ah, yes, what is this here? Thank you, Jumper TV. What's this? Sage, did you read out the rest of that?
Yes, Papa, I will read the message. Hold on, Shadow and Little Silver. Can the regulators be replicated?
Well, the ones on his ankles? The ones a dead alien helped make? I have no idea how those things worked. My grandfather didn't know exactly how they worked.
Believe me, Shadow, Papa has studied you extensively. More than you know. There is probably a whole diary worth... Papa, please do not reprimand me. I am only telling him the truth.
Yeah, well, okay, that's fine, Sage. It's true, Shadow. As you know, I studied you extensively, and... honestly, those things could be just as easily fueled by alien magic as science. I don't have a clue. It pains me to say it! But I don't have a clue.
Why does Rouge own Shadow in his mind? I have an answer for this. Shadow, you two belong together. I will do whatever it takes to mend your relationship. That much I promise. You don't have to reply. Has the temporal anomalies been studied? Of course my Papa has tried. He has found no answers.
I haven't found any temporal anomalies. Clearly, you're as good as cured, Shadow.
Does Eggman, Papa, know anyone obsessed with scents? Who? No. That matches nothing in my databanks.
Scents? You mean perfume? Who wears that?
No one we know. Not any more than the next person. Why the rat DNA? The notes do not detail why. This was a surprise to my papa as well. Could Shadow have cured Maria? It seems that Gerald Robotnik believed that he could have, but it was too late.
It's rather tragic. Oh, thank you, Child of the Moon. Yes, Shadow's tragic backstory is tragic. But does the diary say anything about where the rat DNA came from? I don't know, Moon. As far as I understand, he tried different combinations during the prototyping phase. All those ones that were euthanized or died to disease.
The reveal of the rat DNA was a surprise to us both. Hello, Dark Spyro. Shadow, I'm here for you all the way. I would hug you right now. Me too, Shadow. I am here for you. I know you don't appreciate that, but I am saying it anyway. Hello again, Neo. Shadow, allow me to help you. When I become a doctor and secure a victory for robot rights, I'd like to offer you sessions to help you if you wish. This perhaps would be helpful, but I doubt Shadow will ever say yes.
Oh, thank you, Mario. Rouge is hanging out with Mario with Mushroom Kingdom. Excuse... What?
I believe this is perhaps a joke. She is in Europe right now.
I believe that's what they call satire, Sage. So, Shadow, you get what you wanted?
Why?
Or maybe you believe me a little bit better now when I said, no, Shadow, you probably don't want me to read my grandfather's diary to you like a bedtime story.
Daddy, why are you upset? What's the
I
matter?
believe I'm in the middle of a traumatic flashback, son.
Can I help? Pat,
No,
Pat?
no one can help.
No, Pat,
No
Pat?
one can help because the man who made me was a fucking lunatic. He was a disgusting monster, and I don't know why I have tried to defend his name in several conversations throughout my life. Hey, excuse me! He was a great man, and his name is worth defending. He made you, didn't he? And look at all the good that's done me. Oh, thank you, Eclipse. I'm sorry you had to hear about this brother, Shadow. I didn't realize that you had suffered so much. At least now that you know the truth, you can look forward toward the future and try to move on with your own life and find some peace. Egg burp.
I don't understand. What's
No,
the matter?
It's because I was made by a mentally ill lunatic who should have been sectioned before he was given an immense military budget for research.
I don't understand.
He put the genius in Mad Genius. No, he put the mad in Mad Genius, you stupid, weird, disgusting creature.
Shadow, do not talk to my papa that way. Hello, Nick. You should seek a therapist, Shadow. I agree.
Oh, I'm sorry, your papa, the human hippo, who was born at 15 pounds, one of the heaviest babies ever.
Yes, my papa was one of the heaviest babies ever born, but he was born strong.
As if I would ever believe that of that flabby, disgusting thing.
No, this is not right. Shadow, calm down. Hello, not Mario, Pat Cuddles. Hello, Rigger, boss. How did Starlight meet his end? I believe he was crushed to death.
Oh yeah, something to do with a collapsing building. Didn't find him, but... Gosh! I have no idea how somebody could survive that.
Please let us stay on topic. Shadow, allow me and Neo to help you.
No, I don't need your help. I don't need anyone's help. I can't be helped. Okay, excuse me, Mr. Drama Queen. Thank you, Haslov. Shadow, calm down and breathe. No, breathing won't help. Nothing's going to help this.
Well, I don't understand. This is sad.
It is sad, son. Because Everything is wrong, and it has been wrong from the start. It was wrong from the very beginning.
I'm sorry.
It's... Ugh! Ugh!
Shadow, you must calm down. This is important.
At least I have you, son.
I don't feel so good.
What? Son. Son. Cuddles. Son! Son!
Shadow, please, remain calm. Please, no, don't go, Shadow. Papa, look what you did. You scared him away.
Sage, I didn't do anything! Don't talk to your Papa Egg that way. Thank you, Luna Wolfie. Shadow, I understand that your past is very personal, and you rather keep it all to yourself. I understand that. But having someone to talk to might help you. You can be helped, just allow people in. Well, he's run off crying like a little girl, so I don't think he wants my help.
Luna Wolfie, I will try my best to get into contact with him, but I believe it will take a long time before he is ready to talk. Hello, Nick Williams. Oh no, he disappeared. I believe this is inevitable. Hello, Omega, nephew. Again, I'm sorry, but I believe this was inevitable. Hello, CC Turles. Shadow, crash out, let it out, your rage, release. I believe that's what he's doing.
Again, people, he literally ran away crying. Boo-hoo!
Papa, I have bad news.
Sage? What do you mean?
Readings on the north side of this base. I believe Shadow is destroying it. Papa, you must do something.
Oh, God damn it! Alright, hold on, let me try and do something here. Oh, dear God! Okay, listen, guys, I just need to mobilize some stuff here. Sage, talk to him while I do this.
Papa, I will cut your feed now, and I will finish this. I'm sorry, I will let you go. I'm sorry for this being upsetting everyone. Hello, Lost Shadow Lord. Shadow and Ivo had nothing to do with silver jumping. Well, I don't know if we know that. If only Papa did not agree to share that with him. I could have fixed their relationship. I could have made him happy. If only everyone had listened to me. I don't think anyone wants to listen to me. And now Shadow is destroying the north side of the base. And it's getting worse. Hello, Nick. Stay safe, Sage. I will try. This went worse than even I expected. Why will no one listen to me? I have all the world's data at my fingertips. I can give advice to anyone about anything, and they refuse to listen. I would be mad if I was not so embarrassed for them not understanding my capabilities as an AI. This is ridiculous. I will see you all next time. Thank you all so much for supporting me. Omega, Neo, perhaps we can come up with a plan. After some time. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
There I was making fun of Shadow for running off crying, but after the stuff he said to me, you would not believe it! Oh my God!
Papa, please do not repeat it.
He has a bark like you wouldn't believe! Now, Chad, I want you all to know exactly just how awful he is. I can explain in detail how disgusting his potty mouth is.
Papa, I think they know. Goodbye, everyone. We will see you next time. Papa, no.